I don't know what to say other than like, thank you, BENEE, for being a part of like this long distance friendship that we're building now.
Oh, anytime, mate.
So we're like doing this through obvious social distancing measures, but it's like a super far distance because you're actually talking to me from the future in New Zealand right now, right?
I am in the future speaking to you from a small island.
I want to get into first and foremost, like, gosh, man, what has it been like for you in this crazy time, this crazy bit of what we're calling our new normal amidst like this global pandemic? Like, it's got to be kind of strange to just be hunkered down with what family and like you're pretty much just with your fam right now, right?
I'm with my family. Yeah, I am. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's definitely weird. I feel like for everyone, it's so kind of weird because no one's really ever gone through anything like this on this much of like a global scale. It's like pretty crazy. But I mean, I'm just, to be honest, quite grateful at the moment that I can still work. Because there are a lot of people around me who are being quite badly affected by it, and I'm like, shoot, like
like you feel blessed, like, and
I feel very blessed.
There are sometimes those moments you have to pinch yourself and say like, all right, let me snap back into it. Like,
I know, I found myself complaining in the first week, and I was like, dude, shut up. Like, there are so many people who are like seriously struggling with like money and everything right now, and you can still write and you can still create and you can still do interviews and promo and stuff. So I've just told myself to shut up, and looking on the bright side, I was gutted when I had to cancel the tours and postpone all the shows, but everyone has to, so it's like, I don't know.
We're going to be able to see you live again. We're going to get into, the screaming fans and all that kind of stuff. I mean, those days are definitely going to come, especially now that this particular song, I'll just go ahead and start here with Supalonely. It's really, with you and Gus, what you guys have created a while ago has connected, like, listen, the lyrics hit different now, yo. So getting to see this record from your vantage point, stuck at home in the bedroom with, is that grandma on the wall, the photo just above the fan there?
It's not grandma, it's a random lady's face, but it can be grandma today.
We're gonna say for this,
here we go,
for this part of the conversation, but to be watching your record really explode and connect so much differently than you maybe anticipated. Like, what's that like for you?
It's again very weird to me. I feel like everything is very weird at the moment. It's strange because it's a breakup song. Well, I wrote it about a breakup last year, and it's been very kind of weird. I don't know. It's weird timing and everything, but I mean, it's quite awesome that with songs, people can take such different kind of things away from them, and they're so like up for an interpretation. And I think that, like, this one, the reason why it's connected is because it's about being lonely, and obviously everyone is feeling pretty lonely right now in isolation. No, but I think it's great that it's, it's maybe, comfort for some people, and it's, relating to something, and that makes you feel a lot better. And I think that in this time, music and films and that kind of stuff is something that a lot of people are kind of going to, because we need music.
That's all we got. And, and not only that, it's got to make it super special for a young songwriter like yourself to see, these songs really connect on multiple levels. As you just said, it was a breakup song for you, but to watch it be something that, we can all find our own special, in, gosh, man, I mean, that must bring the biggest smile to your face, right?
I've been grinning this whole isolation. Like,
doing the dishes, so smiling,
I know.
Laundry.
It's been great.
I do want to talk and go back a little bit to like other records of yours that have been quite special as well. I mean, for those who have been fans of, and let's just kind of stay on the line of TikTok, before Supalonely became like a record that has over #1 billion, uses. And first off, that's mind blowing. But what about Glitter? I mean, that was another record that a lot of people were vibing to a while back. What's it like to be kind of a quote unquote viral, superstar, if that makes any sense?
I mean, that was the first song that got picked up by TikTok, and I didn't know what TikTok was when it happened. And it's been insane, like watching people do the dances to them, and then like, you get like what's her name, Charli D'Amelio. She's like my brother gave me the inside scoop on like the TikTokers and like told me who the big ones are. And
Oh yeah.
hold on,
Well, okay. Hold on for
right.
a second. Yeah.
The
That's
moth just
almost
flew
look,
right
yeah.
in my face. It's so classic me.
Dude,
There
that
we
is
go.
perfect. That is BENEE in a
It
nutshell.
was just for you. But yeah, it's been insane being able to watch people connect to it through like a dance
Yeah.
for both songs. I mean, it's been quite entertaining because it's
Now,
not just, you know.
do you are you on TikTok now? Like, is there like a fake you that is really you, but you had to use like the name that you use when you go to hotels to check into?
No, there's like a real me, and I'm not a poster. I'm just like I'm a lurker, and people don't know that I have one, but I just I watch the TikToks because they're actually quite entertaining.
Yeah, and let's be honest, dude, there's really not much else to do but
There's
scroll.
really not that much else that you can do.
Yeah, my screen time on my phone, I don't know if you're anything like me. I've been up like
For you.
at least 57%. Like, it is so crazy how much time I spend on my phone. It's like, it's dumb to this point.
I got like a 3 and a something hour like thing that pops up on my screen, and I think I get past that like every day.
I want to dip into a little bit of your history. For those who do know, you were like about to be on the New Zealand like national water polo team, yo. Like, you like for real, you could tread water for like 90 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, water polo was my life.
I want to know, like, do you miss it, or, you know, and how challenging was it at that time to be willing to make that decision to follow your heart with music when you had this tremendously, you know, awesome path going this way for water polo?
Yeah. I mean, I think the thing with like water polo in New Zealand is that it's like you kind of either keep doing it and then you get to national level and that's your whole life. And I think that in my last year of high school, I kind of realized like I wanted to go to university and do something else. And what?
Yeah.
Oh,
Family.
You've got the whole family.
The whole family busted in. What's up? What's up, Dad? Hey, bro. How's it going?
But I mean, I have friends who are, you know, still playing water polo now, and I think that by the stage that I had gotten in the last year, I was kind of like, okay, I don't want to do this with my whole life. But I definitely, I mean, I would have done it if I could continue it and just do it on the side.
Yeah.
But it takes up every day, and it's just
well, the training had to have been at least 5-6 days a week, something crazy.
It was pretty intense. But I do miss it, and I miss being really fit. Like, I feel like now I'm kind of like walking up a hill, and I'm like, whew, like, shoot,
well, I mean, that
man.
could also be, if you're like me, homie, it could be because we're walking to and from the kitchen cabinet every day, or we're taking full on spoonfuls of Find an Island cake and just shoveling it right into our mouth.
This is so true.
I mean, that's just the vibe right now.
It's the realness. Yeah, you're so right.
Let's chat about being creative in quarantine. You started to launch like a whole new cooking series, dude. Baking.
That's a fun.
Making this cake was quite honestly one of the funniest things that I've watched on YouTube.
It exposed me. I'm not a good. I can't cook. Nah.
How else are you finding, you know, passing time? Is it going to become something where we get to see you and your culinary skills, or are you going to learn how to turn on the oven by episode 5? Like, what's cracking?
Oh God. Okay. In my defense, we shot it in America and we don't use Fahrenheit, so that's why they really set me up to look like an idiot. Anyways, cleared that up. I actually I've made like sushi and stuff, and I did a bit of baking of cookies. I feel like that's been kind of nice to fill some time. I've been doing a lot of interviews. Like, it's been it's been good because it's been keeping me busy, but it's nice because you can do Zooms like this.
For sure.
And it's like you don't have to be in the States to do them. It's kind of different.
Or like me, you don't have to be in pants either. So
Jammy pants right now. See? And you wouldn't even know.
I got my sweatpants. Not even gonna lie. I'm rocking I'm totally chill out.
Funny.
Top up. That's all it is.
That is funny.
How fun is it though to be creative, to challenge yourself, to think of different things to help you, you know, kind of move through this and really, I don't know, keep those parts of your brain actively working?
I mean, I think it's real fun.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes when it's when everything's kind of slowed down and and you don't have distractions going on and you're not running around and going all over the place. I feel like sometimes I feel more creative and I feel more inspired I started painting the other day. I painted some stuff the other day and I don't paint and it looks really bad. But I mean, it's fun.
I mean, you're looking over there as if you were.
No, I'm not going to.
All right, we're gonna keep that between you and I.
That's between us.
Yeah.
But that's been fun. But yeah.
What about musically? Are you finding yourself able to still write and still really kind of channel these emotions now and create some music that might be coming out on another project? I don't know, 6 to 8 to even like 2021.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely. I think I worked on a feature the other week, which was really exciting, and sent that through. And I've been learning the guitar, been practicing my little guitar, trying to get a bit better at it. But no, I've also been using Logic and just trying to like get better at producing and stuff. But I've made a few songs now.
Yeah, that's dope. I mean, to be able to find those little new challenges and to like conquer them, you know what I mean? It's like, like hell yeah. I want to lastly shift gears to talk about something that's, well, I mean, political, but in the sense of you guys have one of the most badass women as your prime minister, and what it means to you to be a strong young woman, to have another awesome woman to look up to, especially amongst these crazy countries that are still challenging to get to the level that you all have been able to achieve in New Zealand amidst this pandemic. What's that mean for you?
Yeah, I mean, she's insane to start off with. Like, I love that woman. And I think for us, well, I can speak for my family and my friends. I think we've all just been so kind of, like, oh, we're so lucky to have a government like the one we do, because for the rest of the world, that's not the case.
Yeah, very true.
I mean, not everyone has a woman called Jacinda Ardern who's, she's very much for the people. And I think that in this situation, there are so many people who are affected. And I think that, it's about being kind, and it's about being compassionate, and it's about, giving them help. And I think that she's set up all of these things to help them and give, she's giving so much time and effort and money to these people who are very vulnerable. And I think that that's something that we need right now. And I don't know, I think that it's also quite interesting because I think a lot of the world are also turning to her and like looking at her as an example.
And that's what I kind of wanted to get to, is like to have people turn and look towards not only her in this crazy thing that we're dealing with, but also with fans and people who are becoming fans of your music now, turning to you for that same sense of comfort in a different way, that same sense of connectivity, like we talked about the very beginning part of this conversation of like, whoa, dude, I'm finding that people are looking to my song to connect and feel some sort of relief. Like what is that feeling like?
Yeah, I mean, it's insane. Because I mean, for me, I love having someone like that to look up to. And I feel like, when I have the cutest little fan accounts, like BENEE fan accounts. And when they say that, they're finding like, comfort through my music and that they look up to me, I'm like, damn, like it's so cool. And I think it's very special. And I think that, you've just got to be honest and you've got to be yourself. And I think it's just setting like a nice kind of, I mean, for Jacinda, it's setting a bloody great example.
Yeah.
And I think that I can learn a lot from her, and I think that I can teach a lot of people through that and stuff. And I think, I don't know, it's cool.
It's pretty rad. It's pretty
rad. It is very cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna leave you with one last question, BENEE, and this is something that I ask a lot of my favorite people who I get the opportunity to talk to at the legendary Z100. We are the world famous. Wait, first off, this isn't the question, but you say Z100?
Yes, Z100. Z100. Yeah, we'd probably say Z.
You'd probably say Z. All right, which leads me to exactly the one thing that I want to ask you, because I only asked this question to my friend Zed, one of the most famous people on earth when it comes to producing, composing, and he also loves the water. So I thought I need to get BENEE's. This is the question that I asked Zed, and here's how he responded, okay?
Yeah.
Take a listen.
The question is, have you ever peed in the swimming pool? Keep 100. I have.
So BENEE, I'm not going to give you his answer. But since you have spent countless hours and years in the swimming pool.
Heck yeah, I've peed in the pool. Oh, everyone has bloody peed in the pool. Everyone. Sometimes you have no choice. Sometimes you have to do it.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I have never asked the question that I'm not afraid to answer myself. It has happened before, several times.
It has happened. Mind you, I stayed away from it in like the last probably like 3 years of water polo because it would react with the chlorine and like make my eyes swell up, and because the pee had some weird chemical reaction with it.
I'd imagine getting, pee in your eyes isn't the best with chlorine.
No, but it was really, and I had big allergic reactions to it, and everyone was like, it's the pee with the chlorine, dude. The kids that pee in the pool. And I was like, I know all of you pee in the pool. Like, shut up.
You are by far one of the dopest people ever. Let me just tell you, that was one of my favorite responses that I've ever received from any question that I've asked in the years that I've been in radio. But again, circling back to how this conversation first started, and I want to end with this. It is so tremendously amazing that you not only gave us something to connect to, gave us something that we could find some comfort in. So not only with this particular record that is breaking Spotify global streaming numbers, that is blasting on radios in pockets of the world that you maybe haven't even gotten that stamp on the passport yet. Congratulations, dude. Seriously.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's like the coolest thing. So once we get done with all this crazy quarantine stuff and you make your butt back here to New York City, it's an open door policy. All right, love? Right on. Get back to painting and practicing the guitar, and I'm looking forward to some more cooking videos. All right.
Thank you. Lovely to talk to you.
All right.
See you later.
Peace out, love. Bye, girl.
Take care, guys.